podcast. Oh, and here I am. Is this me? Can everybody see me? Can anybody see me is the question. I hope so. Anyways, like I said, I could see me, so I'm just gonna start. Hey, hey, there we go. There's everybody. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Jill. Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, thanks for joining me here this evening on this chilly Tuesday evening in northwestern New Jersey from our ISO BRE headquarters in Sparta Township. It's about 20 degrees out. You want to give a shout out in the comments what it's like where you are stationed at right now. I'd love to see and compare temperatures to see who's got the chilliest. Anyways, so we're going to do a couple very cool things tonight. I just wanted to hop on live to kind of recap the year. It's the end of the year. We had a really super successful year touring and doing all this really cool stuff that we'll talk about. But first, at the very top of the show, what I wanted to let everybody know, we're doing a free giveaway this evening. I'm not going to tell you. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what it is. Why not? It's a patch plus a ISO BRE very important research team ID card, little guitar pick with my logo on it, patch, and some other swag stuff that I'll give to you. How we're going to do it is the winner, when I say the word forest, we're going to type it into the comments. So, like we'll do if I'm just speaking and I say like a quote or something that just happens to say forest, just type it into the chat. And at the end of the live stream, I'm going to go through that and pick a random winner for somebody to get some awesome ISO BRE swag and merchandise. So again, the word is forest. When I say forest, type it in. It's like you're on that deal or no deal game. If you type it in, you get that chance to win. So anyways, also, if there's any questions, feel free to ask away. I am an open book this evening. So take advantage of that and ask any of your questions away that you may have. So first thing on the agenda tonight is to recap the tour, the Do You Believe tour. We did very well. We did 76 appearances this year alone, which is wild. We toured 19 states and spent 131 nights on the road. 95% of them was tent camping. So that's really crazy. Those are some wild stats and numbers. Some crazy stuff happened along that journey. One of the most standout moments is probably when I hit the deer in Indiana. First time ever hitting any sort of wildlife. That was not fun. I am still like ultra focused on the side of the roads while I'm driving because of that incident in Indiana. I have never seen. My mom feeds the deer here, okay? And there's a lot of deer that come to our property. There's so many more deer in Indiana where I was at. It's near Potato Creek State Park in Indiana. Holy bejesus, they've got some deer out there. It's all cornfield. It's all corn. And so they get like an unlimited food supply. It's crazy. One of the other standout moments, yeah, at least it didn't total the car. That's very true. Just left a little kind of scuff marks, and turns out the car died anyway. So, no, was that the new car? I forget. I don't know if that was I think that was the old car. That was the BMCC1 where yeah, I think it was. Maybe not. I don't remember. But yeah, the BMCC1 died. That's another wonderful thing. I guess it could be wonderful or it could be a bad thing, could be good or bad. Was the BMCC1 was took a took a die. Yeah. That was down in we were in Georgia. I believe we're on our way to think we were on our way to Florida. I don't know. All, again, all these trips are they just blend in. But I think we were on our way to Florida. I think we were in in godforsaken nowhere in Georgia, middle of Georgia on a Sunday afternoon, where the Jill was driving, and we just all of a sudden it just like started like shaking the car, and uh I was like, oh, that's not good. Uh, so we we pulled over to the gas station that happened to be right there. I don't know how we ended up with that having that happen, but yeah, we didn't have a garage attached to it, nor would that matter because it is a Sunday in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. Um, so our options were very limited. With the limited cell phone service we had, we were able to get a phone call out to AAA, which, if you do not have AAA and you are a tour person like me, that's crazy. It's you need it. If you drive anywhere, AAA is worth its gold and money. Whatever it costs a year is just more than gold. Got a hold of AAA, and AAA was like, okay, yeah, everything's closed, and we can set you up with something on Monday morning. Get the tow first thing to you. I was like, oh man, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna work. So Jill and I, Jill did her research and found the only open place in Central Georgia garage, and so we call the dude, and he's like, yeah, we'll come out, but you can't you can't stay at the place while we fix your car because we don't have a waiting area. I said, okay, no, what are we gonna do? Can we wait outside? Is there a town? Is there like a building that we could go to stand next to for a little bit? And he said, yeah, we'll bring you to town, but you well, we can't bring you to town. There is a town we can't bring you because our truck's full. So they left us. They took the BMCC1 high and dry, side of the road. Jill and I at this gas station Sunday afternoon. Could be worse, I suppose. We get an Uber. This Uber guy is insane. We're not having a good day at this point. This guy is jolly. Okay. Jolly Uber driver. And he is taking us sightseeing and everywhere we do not want to go. Finally, he drops us off in town where we just find a restaurant and kind of hang out for the day. They fixed our car right away, charged us whatever they charged us. They could have charged just $1,000,000 and I would have had to pay it just because, but they were cool. They didn't. I'm sure they overcharged us. How much, I don't know. Don't really care. Don't want to find out, actually. Um, but moral of the story is we get back home after the trip. He fixed it enough to patch it up for us to get back home. When we brought it back to the uh, the the mechanic up here, the dealership, they said that it needed $17,000 worth of fixins. Needed to drop the transmission because a screw fell down inside the transmission, and that had to take the engine out. And I don't know, that was a 2005 No, 2015 Subaru Outback. So it, it had like 200,000 miles. So I guess it was just about time to trade it in anyway. So we got the new Chevy Traverse, much more roomier than the Outback. Uh, Great car, no complaints about it. Besides the shift to park mechanism. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. Um, let's see, another behind the scenes story. I think my favorite question at the end of the every program. So for those of you that don't know me and who I am, my name is Mike Familant, and I tour the country full time looking for Bigfoot. Um, and I always, at the end of every program that I do, I have a question and answer program, and I ask anybody who has, any questions if they want to ask their question, and um, I get some great ones. Um, especially from the younger generations. The children have the most imaginations, really. Um, if a Yeti were to fight a Bigfoot, who would win? Try to answer that as a Bigfoot researcher in a very professional way, because that is a hard question to answer. And it stumped me because I've never been asked that question before. Um, I rambled. It got me. I'm pretty good when it comes to like answering questions and being on my toes and stuff like that. That kid threw me off the loop. Another question that threw me off the loop from this year, from the Do You Believe tour, was I forget the young gentleman's name. He had to be about 6 or 7 years old, right in that fun little age there where their minds are just imagining and growing, and totally non non knowing, shouted out first question, hand up, how do you make a baby Bigfoot? And it's like, oh man, you know then I got to turn into a teacher, and it's something that the parents should have done. But no, I digress. Yeah, that was another question that kind of threw me for a loop. How do you make a baby Bigfoot in a front of a group of 50 people? Try to explain to a child how Bigfoots have intercourse. And that's the position that I was at in the Do You Believe tour. So, anyways, we'll move on. Meaningful fan interactions from this year. Two really stand out. Oh, I want to give a shout out to some successful festivals that I attended this year. I want to give a big shout out to Angie in the Uari Bigfoot Festival. She rocked it this year for a first year festival. I mean, Grand Slam, out of the park. We're doing it again next year, Denton Farm Park in Uari Mountains, North Carolina. Another great event. Oh, she's doing 3 events. Actually, I want to give a shout out to those 3 events. There's Survival and Bigfoot Expo, there's the Uari Bigfoot Expo, and there's the Carolina Cryptid Con, which I'm going to be at all 3, which I'm so thankful for. It's going to be a really awesome time. Uh, Another shout out, Charlie Raymond from the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Festival, another first year festival that really just nailed it. I also want to give Charlie a public apology because in my presentation, I was using a graphic from Charlie that compared a bear to a Bigfoot, and I used it for so long. And he came up to me at one of the festivals we were at this year together. He's my neighbor, my vending neighbor. And he's like, "Mike, I caught your presentation. I just wanted to know I made that." And I had to apologize so much because now I didn't give him credit. I didn't know. I had no idea. So now I give him credit for that when I use that in my presentation. So thank you, Charlie, if you're listening. I appreciate you very, very much. And the final shout out, the another first year festival, Rebecca at Norton, the Norton Wood Booger Festival was just a blast. Shout out to Gary, too, as well, for helping me that weekend with the festival. Could not have done it without you. Uh, it was um, it was awesome. It was cool. It was a fun time. And I hope we can really do. I know Rebecca just had a child, so she's out on maternity leave. So I'm not sure if we're doing Woodburger next year. I'm fingers crossed we are, because that was such a fun time. Um, Anyways, meaningful fan interactions. Uh, just was it 2 nights ago? Sunday night, we were at a concert, Whiskey Myers, down in Montclair, New Jersey, and they're a very good band. Uh, and we we excuse me. We were walking right up to the nosebleed sections. I mean, we were in section, I think it was Y, and it went up to Z, so you could tell who bought the tickets. And anyway, we were up there as far as we could go, and as soon as we get to Y, we get in, and I hear Mike Familant, and I'm like, oh no, because normally when people say my name and they yell it, it's not a good thing. Just generally speaking, that's not a good thing. However, this time it was. I met fan Robert, who I met him actually met him a while ago, a long time ago when I first got into Bigfoot. We lost connection for years and years and years, but he still follows us. He's listening now, so hello, thank you for joining us. And I appreciate our newfound friendship that we didn't know we had. So that's awesome. And we enjoyed the concert and the company. It was a great time chatting about Bigfoot and listening to some music. Yes. So another shout out I want to give is again, this just happened on Saturday actually. Um, I met I re-met somebody 10 years. Has anybody ever done that? Like, has everybody ever met somebody that they met 10 years later? And I met this gentleman one time. He had called me on the phone, and he said that he finds hundreds of thousands of Bigfoot footprints in High Point State Park every year in the winter time in the snow. So I met him up there early one morning, and we found some footprints, and it was very cool. It was a very, very cool um, experience. And I still use that. It's one of the best pieces of evidence we've gotten to this day that I found with this gentleman. And as with anything, we lost touch. Just happens. Um, we He came to my presentation in North Arlington. He walked in the room, and I knew that I knew this gentleman from somewhere. Like, I just knew there was something just about his face that I recognized. I don't know. And he came up to me, and he's like, I'm looking for, or he's like, are you the presenter? I'm looking for Mike. And I'm like, I'm Mike. And he's like, you're not my Mike. And I'm like, I could be your Mike. Like, why not? No, but he said that he's looking for somebody else, and we got talking, and he was looking for me. Is the same person that I met 10 years ago. Really, within a couple months, 10 years. And like I said, it was just a very cool. He enjoyed the presentation, and we're going to go out on some Bigfoot hikes up in High Point, looking for some more tracks after it snows this winter, which it's going to do tomorrow. Yay, more snow. We still have snow on the ground. Not too much, but any is enough right now. So we're going to be getting some more. Um, Anyways, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, yes. One thing that I have the pleasure of let's answer the question we have. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to shout them out in the YouTube comments. I could see them over here. And I have a question. I wonder if I could do this. Can I do this? Hey, that's pretty cool. What is my favorite state to research? Um, I don't know. I like them all. To be honest, I haven't been to some of the better ones that I would like to get to: Alaska, Oregon, Washington, Northern California. Haven't gotten the opportunity to get out there yet. However, very soon I am hoping to be. Um, if I had to pick one state, it would probably be New York, just because of the vastness of it. You have so many different regions of New York State. You have the Catskills, you have the Finger Lake region, you have the Adirondacks, which is so amazing. I love the Adirondack region. One of my favorite places in New York to investigate is Whitehall itself. Um, and that's just one of my we always get activity when we go up there, so it's just it's one of those places very near and dear to my heart. So very good question. Yes. um anyway, we'll move on. A couple of the things that I get to do, my career offers me some to do some really cool stuff. Um and I'm so thankful for all the opportunities that are offered to me. It's incredible. But one of my favorite things to do on these expeditions is bring people into the woods on night hikes, and I do these at festivals mostly. Sometimes during my tours, I'll bring people out depending on the circumstance or the situation. But two public night hikes. We did one at the Forest County Bigfoot Festival in Pennsylvania. Shout out to Dave, who Dave's a good friend of mine. He organizes the event, or had organized. Now they're co-organizing it. Um, and then Rebecca's night hike with the Wood Booger Festival in Norton, Virginia. That was really cool. We took in total probably about 125 people out throughout the year into the woods, most of them for their first time ever squatching, making memories that are just lifelong. Friends and families coming out, getting together off the couch and into nature. That is exactly why I do what I do. Why does it matter? Why does it matter why I do this? It's not for me. I don't do this for you know just because I have nothing better to do, although I don't. Um I reached in the court just last month, I reached nearly 500,000 people on Facebook. Facebook alone. That's not counting any of the other social media. Um, so why does that matter? It matters because my mission statement is to get people and families, friends and families off the couch and into nature. That's my goal. That's the reason why I started making the YouTube show that I've made today, and it's turned into this crazy empire that it is today. It's the reason why I decide to go on tour every year and um not work a traditional job, but to you know own my own business, and to do this touring to get this. I always tell people at the end or at the beginning of the show, if take that hike that you've been putting off taking the past couple years, that waterfall hike that you've been meaning to see. uh do that one. Do something that you wouldn't see sit on the couch every day. That's why it matters. um I've reached about 5,000 people just through library presentations alone. We did 70, probably 70-ish, I think 72 it came out to be. I didn't count before I came on. I should have about 72 library presentations this year alone, equaling over 5,000 people, which is crazy. But that number will just exponentially grows through festivals, vending, conferences, night hikes, everything, all the other people that have reached that I can't specifically count is just amazing. It's got to be in the tens of thousands of people just personally that I've connected with this year alone. Personally, in person. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I've met that many people. It's wild. It's wild. So cool. Um, I've it's not only my goal to try to get people off the couch and into nature. That's always great. It's also my goal to inspire. Um, I had this year, in the beginning of the year, a lady messaged me on my social media and said, "Hey, a couple years ago, I was featured in the front page of the local newspaper here, and about my research, and they went onto my YouTube channel and they saw an episode from a local park that we have up here. So they became a fan of the show, and it was her and her children, four girls. I believe they're four girls who were all homeschooled by the mother, and they used my show as like their classroom time, and then they, in return for their outdoor time, which I guess is required by homeschooling or whatever it is, um, they went up to High Point State Park and actually went out looking for footprints and doing Bigfoot vocalizations, and they recorded it, and it's on the YouTube channel. Don't click away from this video, but write it down for later. It's called Homeschool Bigfoot. You don't want to miss that. It's a very cute, very awesome, kind of heartwarming little thing. Yeah, so that's very cool. Let's talk about, we talked about this year. Let's talk about next year. You know, sometimes I just want to go into the forest. Hint. Yeah, so okay. Let's see. Beyond the Footprints tour for 2026. I've announced it. Everybody knows about it. It's very cool. 17 states and counting. We booked 3 presentations just today. I'm very tired, so if I look exhausted, I am. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so 17 states. We have 13 festivals already and counting. 70 libraries, give or take, on the Beyond the Footprints tour 2026. Now, I called it the Beyond the Footprints tour because it's not just about finding evidence. It is it's footprints that we find, but we look for other things such as hair samples. We try to get audio evidence, but it goes a lot deeper than it goes beyond the footprints, right? It goes into, my show brings people together. Bigfoot brings people together like nothing else in the country, in the world, really. It brings cultures, cross religion, cross cultures, everything together, brings people and bonds them together. It's incredible. Anyways, Um, that's why I bring communities together, bring people that have never been to libraries before into libraries, expose them to what that's all about. It's a win-win for everybody, and that's why I love doing these tours. Um, so yeah, coming up next year for the Beyond the Footprints tour, we have stops in January, starting in January, in Florida. Going to be escaping the cold down to the Sunshine State. We have presentations in Okeechobee County, Volusia County, and St. Johns County and Hastings. We're going to get some time while we're in Hastings to go over to St. Augustine and do some ghosty stuff over in St. Augustine. I'm really excited. I've never been there. And we're going to meet up with some old friends, some new witnesses along that tour. Then I'm heading up to Connecticut for a cold one. We're doing a cold couple libraries in Connecticut. Then I'll be in Atlantic City for UltraCon and the Great American Cryptid Expo, which I'll be speaking at. That'll be one of the first times that you'll be able to participate and see the Beyond the Footprints tour. That's in Atlantic City. You don't want to miss that because there's casinos there, and that's a good thing. Smoky Mountains. I'm going to be returning to the Smoky Mountains today. I just got a presentation booking in Maryville, Tennessee, which is Blount County, which is the exact same county that we're going to for the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival, and in Townsend, which is going to be great, Tennessee. Then the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Festival. Again, Charlie putting on one hell of a program there. I'm going to be part of it again next year. I'm very excited. I cannot wait. I'll be in northern South Carolina, Lake Wiley area. So check us out if you're in northern South Carolina, Michigan, Maine, Pennsylvania, North Carolina ×3. You don't want to miss it if you're in the area. The best way for everybody to keep up on my journeys is to go to my website at shadowofredeye.com, and you could click on scroll down a little bit and you could see all my upcoming appearances. That's the most up-to-date that you can get. If you want to come out with me, you unfortunately missed your opportunity for next year. We just did a lottery that was such a... Here, watch this, Jill. I appreciate you, but found that one. But yeah, thanks. That's a website, shadowofredeye.com, where you can find all the upcoming appearances. If you want to come out with me looking for Bigfoot, and you live local to northwestern New Jersey, we are doing winter Bigfoot hikes, daytime and nighttime hikes. If you're interested, go over to facebook.com, and the group is called Sussex County Bigfoot, NJ. I moderate the group, I'm in charge of it, and I post all the local happenings and fun stuff over on that page. So go ahead and check that out. Also upcoming this Saturday, we will be in Scranton at a vending event. So check us out there for more information. Again, it's on the website. New York City, I'm going to be in Hell's Kitchen Theater Row, Times Square, NYC, Manhattan, baby. I don't know how many more names I could call it. I'm sure there's a few, but we're going to be there. It's a theater event. We're watching an old school Bigfoot movie at the Producers Club on 42nd Street. I believe it's 42nd Street or 44th Street. And then we're doing a cool Q&A, and I'm doing a short little presentation about Bigfoot in pop culture and crypto tourism. Uh, so if anybody wants to come into the theater, tickets are just shy of $18. Let me know. We're going to be hanging out in the city all day, sightseeing. So if you want to come hang out with us in the Big Apple, that's another one. There it is. Let me know. Reach out to us on socials and check us out over on social media. So I get asked a lot of times when I'm on the road, how is it that how do you do everything? Because if you think about it, I have a lot to do, especially while I'm traveling. I want to give a shout out to Jill, because Jill is um my manager and my best friend. She does a lot of stuff for me. So I without Jill, it'd be hard for me to really operate, especially while I travel. Um, so yeah, I travel. I mentioned I tour the country full time. That's number one. That's my main kind of source of income, because that's what always everybody asks me, is how I make money, and that's a very valid question. I have no problem, answering that question. Uh, so yeah, library presentations, festivals, conferences pay the bills. And I do have bills because I have an Etsy store, which I have to buy merchandise for. So that's number two of what I do. Um, let's see, there was a third thing too. What do? I speak, I vend. Oh, and my YouTube show. That's right. Um, yes, I have my YouTube show. It's called In the Shadow of Big Red Eye. I've been doing it for, if you don't know it, you're missing out. I've been doing it for 10 years. There's like 400 episodes on the YouTube channel, which you all are on right now. So, Adi, congratulations. If you have not yet subscribed, click that subscribe button. I very much appreciate it. Um, yeah, so people ask, how do you get that done? That's a lot of stuff to do, and it is when I'm on the road, especially because I have a new episode come out every Monday on YouTube. Fun fact for you: have over 50 episodes locked and loaded in the vault for YouTube episodes. So there's a lot of stuff for upcoming stuff for you to check out. I have my calendar of my production release calendar right in front of me, which is cool. Uh, coming up for releases next week, Bigfoot in the Bluegrass. We travel to the bluegrass state of Kentucky, and we look for Bigfoot. We were in New River Gorge, New River State Park, I think. I forget. Then the next week, on Monday, the 22nd, we travel to the Adirondacks, where I face my fear of heights and travel to one of the most beautiful summits in the Adirondack Mountains. You don't want to miss that. Then on the 29th, we're having a little special year-end solstice little episode that we put together a while ago. And then January, we start the month of the Allegheny National Forest, where we have the Allegheny National Forest coming out for the full month of January. I can't wait for it. There's some really great episodes, some really good interviews that I've done from there. So somebody says, how can I get all this done? How can you get the filming and editing and everything done? And it's really, I film everything when I'm out. Anybody that's ever been out with me um, has known that I just film ridiculous amounts of times, and just film everything I can. And then I edit everything. Usually rainy days in the tent. That's a great time to edit, I found. Yeah. So yeah. How we film. we have two of these bad boys right here. This is a Canon XA40 with a Movo microphone. This is a beautiful, beautiful, very expensive camera. Films just broke. This is my backup XA30 camera that does not have the microphone that I will be using as my main camera now. It's very, again, expensive. And yeah. Anyways, that was funny. We also use those film infrared uh, uh, in infrared, so there are night vision cameras as well. We also have a FLIR thermal imaging camera that we record on. So a typical day when I'm on the road looks like this for me. Get up early, probably, I don't know, 4 in the morning. I've been getting up 4 a.m. every morning recently. When I'm on the road, I don't get up that early, but get up, have some breakfast, do a scouting hike wherever we're camping at, then go to the library in the afternoon or evening, get changed, get all showered up, back at camp, go to the library, have some dinner out, then come back to camp and do a night hike and film everything. That's a typical day for us. And we get up, go to sleep, do it again the next day. It's busy. It's a lot of moving parts, but it's fun. It's just it's a really amazing time. Uh, does anybody have any questions while we're just hanging out? Let me scroll back a little bit. Did the New England tour last year. It was beautiful. Driving through New York, getting back there. Hanging Rock. We just released an episode at Hanging Rock. So check that out, Kenny, if you have not done that over on our YouTube channel. Just search Hanging Rock, I think or North Carolina or something. We just posted a couple weeks ago. Passed through West Virginia. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I will always take up going out with somebody and an offer for, a free meal. Never going to say no to that. But yeah, New River Gorge, Fayetteville, West Virginia. I passed through there this year. It was actually my first time stopping at New River Gorge, and let me tell you, it's gorgeous. Holy crap! I didn't get a chance to explore as much as I would have liked. I did. I was watching and kind of keeping up on Bridge Day that you guys have down there, and my goodness, what is that? What in the bridge is that? But that's cool. Daniel Burns asks, any paranormal energy found around Bigfoot? That's a great question. I get asked that all the time. I can't say for sure if Bigfoot is paranormal or not. What I can say is I've never experienced that. I've never experienced anything that I can't relate it to Bigfoot happen to me. Meaning Mothman, Dogman, any of the Mantis Man, any of the Mans. Never experienced any of the Mans. Paranormal stuff. I've been on ghost investigations in the past. Not my cup of tea. Not a big fan of the whole ghost thing. I would rather look for an 8-foot tall bipedal primate that could probably rip my head off over something I can't see. Just personal preference, I suppose. But yeah, great question. I do believe they're biological, meaning that they're on this earth like a chicken or a duck or a turkey. I and like I said, I don't put down anybody that believes differently. It's just I've never experienced that, so I can't relate to that at all. Um, but yeah. So, does anybody do we know? Let me tell you how I first got in to Bigfoot field research. It all started back in 2011. I was working at a beach resort in Sarasota, Florida, which was, I'm sorry if some of you have heard the story. I do apologize, but beach resort Sarasota, Florida, and I was watching Finding Bigfoot on TV. And at the end of the program, they were like, "Hey, we offer these public expeditions that you can go out and look for Bigfoot on." And I was like, "Oh, all right, this is gonna be." I was not into Bigfoot, not at all. I was going to go to make fun of the people that were into Bigfoot. Um, and I was engaged, and it was going to be like our pre-wedding surprise. I did not tell my fiance we were going to go look for Bigfoot. So, never been camping ever before this. This was just definitely the first time ever. So I had to buy the tent and the and the sleeping bag and the headlamp and stuff that they require. And I spent a lot of money to go on this thing. This thing was not cheap. It was like $500-600 for two people. And I'm trying to trying to keep the secret from my fiance, so I'm hiding the stuff. We're living in a one bedroom apartment, and I'm hiding the stuff in our like a patio closet. And one day, anyway, she ends up finding the stuff. She cleans. I don't know why, but she decided to clean. She finds the camping stuff, and she comes up to me and she's like, "Mike, what are we doing?" And I said, "We are going to go look for Bigfoot." And then we broke up. So there was that. Um, Moved up to Tampa, got a job working on the ambulance for the city of Tampa. Got Found out these tickets are non-refundable after the breakup. Did not want to go look for Bigfoot anymore. However, um, tickets are non-refundable. I had three. I'm a veteran EMT, old EMT, a firefighter. Used to do that back in the day. Don't do that anymore. But I had three EMT partners, so I had picked the weirdest person, Jimmy. That's his name. And I said, "Jimmy, hey, I got to go look for a Bigfoot. Would you like to come with me?" And he said, and he's my best friend to this day. He said, "Oh man, I've always wanted to go look for Bigfoot." So I was like, "Yes." So we go up to Torreya State Park. It's in northern Florida. It's a very cool, very, very cool place. And we nothing happens. There was like 60 other people there. It was crazy. A lot of hiking, a lot of intermingling with people. These people were actually kind of cool. I mean, weird but cool. Not like make funnable of, but we kind of clicked because we were a little weird too. So, anyways, nothing happened. We were looking for Bigfoot. That was our MO that trip is we're gonna find Bigfoot and we're gonna find him tonight on this expedition. And we didn't. We looked, we tried, all of us did, all 60 of us tried very hard to find Bigfoot, and there was nothing until the last night when the we had a tree. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. Jimmy and I were watching this beautiful meteor shower. It was about, like I said, 2 in the morning, and all of a sudden we hear a tree knock from one side of camp. Bam! And I immediately thought it was the people that put on the expedition. Someone knocking on a tree trying to hoax us. And then I heard the knock, bam, from the complete opposite direction. So I said, man, they got to be pretty good. So, anyways, nothing happened. About 2 minutes later, all of a sudden, you hear it come crashing down through the forest. plunk, a fist-sized rock. Now, it was at this point in my life where I said, nope, that's how horror movies start. I'm out of here. And Jimmy was like, well, if you want to sleep in the car, you are more than welcome to sleep in the car. And anyways, so went to the car. Jimmy came up. He's like, Mike, we're here looking for Bigfoot. Like, this is squatchy. This is, Bigfoot knock on trees and they throw rocks. Like, this is the whole reason why we're here. So I said, yeah, I suppose, I suppose you're right. So I went back back out by the campfire, and over the course of the next 15 minutes, 4 more of these fist-sized rocks came crashing down, landed 5 to 10 feet away from us. So um, Jimmy comes up to me with a rock in his hand, one that was thrown, and he says, Mike, I've got an idea. I'm going to throw a rock back at it. And I said, Jimmy, man, I don't think that's really a solid idea, So he takes a rock and he chucks it back in that direction. And I knew it wasn't a person because at that exact moment, a 15-pound laptop-sized boulder came crashing in, landed 5 feet away from us. So that was my little 5-minute interaction with Bigfoot. Something throwing rocks at us. Had to be outside of human range. It wasn't anything a person could have done. So we confirmed that. By the next day, we went back out into the woods and we went to where we thought the Bigfoot was or where it could have been. We measured the distance, how far it could have been. The closest this thing could have been that was throwing the rocks was 75 yards away. So that's totally outside of human range. Very intriguing stuff. And that's what got me into it. The whole thing of why I am now where I am today. And that kind of lit a fire under us, to me, Jimmy and I, to find out what was throwing these rocks in the forest. So we started talking to everybody that we could get our hands on, researching everything we could, talking to researchers and witnesses and watching all the TV shows. This was back in 2011. So watching all the TV shows that we could find on TV, and in about a 3-week time frame, we decided that we are now, professionals. So we go to Colt Creek State Park. It's in Central Florida, and we get down there, and it's a one night kind of night. Jimmy's not scared at all. He's got his 6-foot tall machete and his 10 million lumen spotlight that he's got shining around, So anyways, we go for a night hike, and all of a sudden, about 1.5 miles from camp, we come across 2 pairs of reflecting red eyes. One pair is fire engine red, just like this. The other pair, aqua blue. Intriguing, So Jimmy and I, in our infinite wisdom of everything in the woods, we yelled out to it. We thought it was people. We said, hey, we're just looking for Bigfoot. Sorry to bother you guys, shouting this thing out. Nothing happened. And then the red set of eyes turned and looked at the blue set, turned and looked back at us, and then blinked. We were out of there. Nope. But very cool stuff. We went back the next day and we saw that the eyes were about 7.5 feet tall. So I don't know. We're at about the end of our portion of the live here on YouTube. So if anybody has any questions for me, any last minute dying questions that they can't not ask, please ask away. I'd like to shout out everybody that was a part of the Do You Believe tour. Thank you so much. Could not have done it without everybody. Cheers to doing it again next year, because we are. I appreciate everybody that has tuned in to watch the live and continues to tune in, subscribes, and watches the episodes and our shorts and everything through our social media channels. I greatly appreciate that. It means the world to me to bring you guys the entertainment that I wish I had when I first got into Bigfoot. Thank you very much. I want to also give a super big shout out to Daniel Burns. Please message me on my social media your address so I can send you your giveaway swag that I've been playing with all night. You're going to get your guitar pick. You're going to get this, and you're going to get a patch that I do not have on me because I gave them all away. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you all very, very much. Until next time, we have a new episode coming out Monday at 6:45 if you are subscribed over on the YouTube channel, which you are on now. So I hope you, if you not click the subscribe button, please do. We'll see you next time. You'll see me. I'll be in shorts in the Bluegrass State in Kentucky, and then on Monday you'll see me at Natural Bridge State Park. That's what it was, Natural Bridge State Park. Anyways, until next time, signing off. Check out In the Shadow of Big Red Eye. Here is the website where you could find all of my upcoming appearances, tour information, and much, much more is on shadowofredeye.com. I hope you all have a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of the year. Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas, and whatever you may celebrate, happy that to all of you. And we'll try to do this live thing again. This was really fun. I hope everybody had a good time. So adios. See you next time. Signing off for In the Shadow of Big Red Eye, Mike Familant. Have a good night.